Nuovarden is a dimension of wide-open mystery and infinite discovery created by our very own DungeonMisterTy and published by Adventure Slang Productions. You can learn all about this dynamic game system and wondrous setting at adventureslang.com.
For the sake of stealthiness and speed, the Allies traded flight to move furtively across the rocky plain behind the lead of their new ally, Embrel. At the same time, a circular cloud formation began taking shape in the sky overhead. Fearing an ill omen, the party hurried towards the next tunnel entrance, taking a moment to rest behind a hillock. But as Embrel climbed the hill to scan the horizon, the hill itself burst to life and attacked. A terrifying battle ensued, and the party not only came to realize the resilience of their opponent, but that the creature also caused some strange effect in its attacks, leaving a kaleidoscopic shadow on its victims when it hit, though seemingly doing no damage. The reality of this effect became clear, however, after Zorik succumbed to the attack, resulting in an echo clone of his own form. Worse, when the clone attacked, it did indeed injure the target, and a battle of life and death ensued between the Asgar and his echo. Teamwork saved the day, though, as the Allies each leaned into their strengths, supporting, defending, and working in combination to bring down a superior foe. In the course of the battle, all friendly lives were saved. But Fellavaai suffered a familiar loss for a second time. Their shadow, a void-fueled conglomerate of her fallen commune mates, succumbed to the terrible Echo Beast, a mirror of the lives lost to a similar beast mere phases not long past. Meanwhile, a massive eye formed in the sky and looked about as if peeping through a knothole, seemingly scanning the landscape for the trespassing allies. Upon leaving the battlefield, the grieving Ixi asked for time to exercise the death ritual of his people, and surrounded by her allies, Fellavaai expressed the depth of her grief. The allies came together and embraced their grieving ally, and with calmer emotions, Embrel led the team onward into a vast underground city called Usut, metropolis of the Umbral and haven from the dire surface of Umult above. We begin on the outskirts of Usut, where the Umbral mill about their phase or pause to stare at the unusual visitors in their midst. Embrel guides you through the streets and past rough-hewn storefronts, all unassuming compared to the large centers of Nuovarden. After several side streets and an alleyway, you find yourself standing before a shallow cave. Inside appears at first to be a jumbled mess of a small quarry or haphazard junk hovel. A wizened-looking Umbral mills about before noticing you. He pauses, as if uncertain of what he is seeing, but he relaxes when he sees Embrel. "Embrel, your companions gave me a sense of the odd there for a moment. What news do you bring from across the way?" Embrel chuckles. "Sorry for the fright, Amush. These are travelers from far away. They need our help, and I thought perhaps they would like to see your wares." "Ah, well, in that case I am open for barter, with strange beings or otherwise. What interests you?" Looking about, you begin to notice specific items. A rod of black lava stone, a hewn shield of granite, a basin that glows with faint blue energy, piles of crystal, blocks of ore, and more than a few glowing stones of various colors.
Don't have much myself to trade with, but these items are beautiful in their display. Tell me, this rod here, what is the significance of this?
Amush picks up it's literally like a stone branch of lava rock. If you know lava rock, it's very porous and a bit sharp and somewhat brittle feeling. This you have identified, yes. The stone rod of javelins. If you're not particularly well armed, you may use it to manifest javelins of rock Fling them at your opponents or your targets. You're perhaps a birder or a fisherman.
It must be quite valuable.
Everything has its price. Are you interested in the item?
I myself likely wouldn't know how to use it, but Kava is a great warrior who, I don't know, Kava, if this is something you're interested in, but I'm just going to kind of step aside so everybody else can see what this thing is.
It is a rather interesting weapon, and it would give us reach, whereas looks down at the sword at her side. Okay. Going and digging in the satchel, you'll watch as Kava pulls out a single fate worm horn.
Oh. What is that, by the way? That looks like a different sort of stone.
Not stone, per se. More of, do you have any creatures here that bear, and she kind of makes this motion of like tusks or horns?
Yes, there are horned creatures here. I see, it's a sort of horn.
But from another dimension.
Yes. Not likely equivalent of value in and of itself, but it's a good start. May I hold it for a moment? No,
Hands it over.
Takes it and observes it. It's natural. That's a good start. And artificial devices in this world are not long for existence, but this could be used definitely for something. He hands it back to you. Well, keep that in mind. I do have something else I might show you, however, warrior. And setting down the stone rod, Amush presents you with a slab of granite, roughly shaped like a shield, affixed with a handle. And it's literally just like a chip of shield-sized stone. You may find this interesting, even more so than the javelin rock. For this one, allows you to create a barrier or a form of protection of sorts. You can periodically plant it in the ground and it will form an 8 by 8 foot stone enclosure. With
just watches like Kava turns to Zorik.
Zorik goes like this.
I make these all myself.
You do?
Oh, yes. I am somewhat known, Emerald says. Amush is the greatest crafter among the Umbral.
It would be an honor to rep your brand.
Rep my...
I mean, the exposure that you might get from a trade with us in and of itself is of great value, especially a vastly untapped market in our garden. There's none like you. They just are unaware.
Well, we are, interesting idea that I might expand into your dimension. I hadn't thought of that.
Do you have a business plan?
So be it that we can actually reopen the bridgeway, of course.
Details. That's in the details, of course. Yes.
We could apply his symbol to the shield and praise his good graces here in Umalt. In fact, maybe we could do so for a slight discount.
Indeed, we are headed to the Citadel, where we anticipate many views and engagements.
I was going to ask what brought you here, but if you're going to the Citadel, well, that seems absolutely idiotic. Why would you do that?
We have our reasons.
Okay, very well.
Yes. But I think you, sir, are missing the true value of something that does not naturally occur. I'm going to bargain with this horn that was presented to him. Can I make bargaining check? Because I can do that with lore.
It is a called roll lore.
Called roll lore. All right, let's do this. Ooh, let's see here. It's double twos.
You have your spectacles, which did you use them to?
I did use them already. Yep, I used them at the very beginning. I'm going to use 4 primacy and just re-roll the whole thing, as I'm assuming we're going to take a nap at some point. So we're just going for it. Well, that is double ones. So, I mean, I guess I get doubles. So,
well, you do not harm yourself in the effort. However, you do not gain any particular benefit. So Amush says, that item, this horn, I am very interested in this horn. However, it is only worth say a quarter of the total value of this shield. But it's a start.
I kind of gather the other two gently. I know we had plans. I mean, if there's anything here, though, there is always still the necklace that I am actively suppressing, concealing. Right. I don't want to make any decisions, rash decisions. We do have a purpose for it, but in case there's something, maybe that's of more value.
Fellavaai says, it is presenting a burden for us in more than one way.
It's true.
I don't know why that pulled my heartstrings a little bit. She's not, this is all she is thick. Like, what? Anyways, Ktyria, I miss you. Anyways, we should put that at the top of the list. Let's see what else he has, because we do have some funds to stretch. But let's put that on the list as one of the pertinent items. More so that one than the lens. The lens is really cool, but
if we do
defense mechanism.
If we do decide to divest ourselves of this necklace, I must insist that we warn whomever it might be that takes it from us or we trade it to that it's terrible powers.
But let us also not forget the possible plan where we were going to use it to dampen so-and-so's power if we find them again. So
and we should
also just throwing that out there.
Consider spinning the terrible power as a great and awesome power when we try to trade with it.
That's a clever Zorik. Yes, I like that idea. Excuse me, good sir. This water that sort of glows, what exactly is this?
The stone bowl of torrents. The full name is the Stone Basin of Torrential Waters. And Amush picks it up and shows you, and the glow, there's no water inside, it's just a glow, a blue glow. And Zorik says, add 1 gallon of water to this basin and manifest up to an 8 by 8 foot cube of water.
Intriguing, considering water is somewhat more scarce here.
Yeah. But there are bodies of water that could be used with the stone, you see, with the basin.
Do you have oceans here in this land?
Oceans of lava.
Yes, that's not quite water, but...
No, not at all.
It sounds terrible. And very cool.
It's rather
terrible
hot.
In a wonderful way.
Yeah, well,
cool.
The elements are terrible. If you have not spent much time upon the surface of Umult, you will see how terrible they can be.
That seemed almost like a a veiled threat, but I
Oh,
catch your drift.
It's the land itself. It's just, we have a name for ourselves, the Umbral. We call ourselves the Imprints. Do you know why?
I look at the others. No, please tell us why.
All right, I haven't the foggiest.
The land is populated by You're not going to believe me. I can see it in your eyes already. I don't know if I should even say it. Embral's just off to the side with sort of a bit of a knowing smile. And Amush looks over at Embral and says, our land is populated by grand colossi of elemental power.
No.
And should you find yourself trod underfoot, you may find your form. Yes.
Squished.
Imprinted into the land.
That's rather dark.
We have to make do with what we have. It's not a wonderful outcome, but it's something that we live with.
Is that the leading cause of death for people of your kind?
Oh, there's a variety of ways that that life may end in Umult, but if you consider it an accident, it's probably one of the more common ones for those that are brave enough to put themselves in such harm's way. My devices are to help prevent that from happening.
Of course.
Yes.
Well said.
Above table, I'm also picturing that basin with an element user, like... Oh gosh. That's cool if we, above table, if we want the water, that's great. I just don't see much of an application for it right now, if that makes sense.
But Warrior, I have another thing you may be interested in. And he presents...
He's really trying to sell stuff to me, you guys. Turns back to...
he presents this grand stone pauldron. He says, you can affix it to either side, whatever you're comfortable with. But it's like nicely chiseled and fits together with a few plates, and it's sort of large, and it, protected of your shoulder and this side, whichever you were to put it on. Given that you are present in an elemental environment, this device is good at making elemental effects less harmful for you. It's rather deflective of their power. I see you're tempted. I see you're tempted, but you're working with the brand of Amush, as you called it, repping my brand.
I would represent it well, actually. In fact, if they have fighting pits where we are going, I would jump straight in and sing your praises towards battering my foes.
I'm not aware of fighting pits. The Umbral don't have such a thing, but I wouldn't put it past the elementals.
I look over at Embral. Embral, is this the fellow who might know about some sort of depiction of the Citadel?
Possibly. Amush, have you seen the Citadel before? And Amush says, I have not been close enough to see the Citadel, but I have heard descriptions of it. And he's looking around, and as you follow his gaze, things are still standing out. Interesting objects and interesting bits of ore and crystal and things like that. But it also looks like a big heap of debris, stone and stone shavings and a clutter of fallen rock and things like that. Amush goes back and throws a few things over the shoulder and then turns around, and on this slab of stone, there is looks like a collection of stones. And then he brings it and he sets it before you and says, this is something of a model from the descriptions that I've heard of what the citadels may look like. There are a few different sort. But when you said the Citadel, I assume you mean the Overlord.
That is, I suppose I wasn't aware that there is multiple citadels, but yes, I was referring to that of the Overlords, this grand structure that seems to predate the Overlord.
It is a centralized location for whomever is ruling Umult among the elementals. So yes, so you see here, and at first, like I said, it looks like a pile of rocks, but then you start to see detail and little columns crafted into it, and he picks up the dome of a top rock as if opening like a model skull, and then shows, and inside there is like a big stone throne, and there's like a figure of a colossus sitting on the throne, and Amish says, I've been playing with this over several seasons and trying to get it. It's just something I do in my spare time.
We have these in my village where I come from. We call them dolquis.
Oh, and what do you do with them?
They're used by the children, the young ones, for play.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yes.
To me, it's just sort of I'm trying to put together the information. And
Is there much you can tell us? I'm going to look around. First of all, Ty, I wanted to just sort of, while that initial conversation was going on, open my mind and try to see if I can hear anybody talking about us, or if I can sense any sort of like eavesdroppers. Thinking about us. Exactly.
All right. You can target an area, at least a 12 by 12 cube. So go ahead and make a call, roll lore. I assume you are sort of scanning outside, like behind you, outside the entrance to this.
Sorry, is that a called roll mind or lore?
Mind. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was gonna ask for clarification there. Yeah, I think it would be. So we're inside like a little, like a hut kind of thing, or like a.
It's like a shallow cave.
Okay. I guess it would be like just right out front then.
Okay.
Yeah, just to get a sense. That is a 3 and a 4, and I'm going to use primacy to bump it to a double 4 to expand the size of it if possible.
Yeah, that doubles the size. So this wide area outside immediately, and there are some observers that are just looking at the strangers in town, and you are picking up a jumble of thoughts. You're not necessarily, you can kind of hone in on who's thinking what as you're concentrating on it a little bit more. And one individual is like, such strange individuals. I wonder what brings them to Umult and how they got here. And someone else says, some of them are very, very frightening to me. And but there's you don't pick up any sense of there being any subversive scouting of you or anything like that. Okay. It's more like interest, curiosity, fear.
Okay. I will say to him, I'm curious, your depiction of the Overlord, is there much you can tell us about their vices, or their perhaps some of the elements of their personality that we could maybe use to gain an advantage in dialogue, or God forbid some violence were to occur?
The elementals are untamed by nature. They are prone to outbursts of power and force. It is their form of expression. The Overlord is this Overlord is an enemy of the Umbral, but they do not leave the Citadel often that I know of. Now, mind you, I'm not a sage on the Colossi.
Are they of a single elemental nature, or are they perhaps multifaceted?
They represent the variety of the elements. Even the Umbral represent the elements in our way.
Indeed, but this Overlord specifically.
The Overlords tend to possess primacy in all elements.
Ah, interesting.
Now, the Colossi, beyond that, tend to be more limited. I can tell you that.
So these colossi who rise to become the Overlord have mastered all 4 of the L5.
5, perhaps even more beyond that. Though I can't speak to it with any sort of authority again. It's just, there's rumor, there is legend. We have our stories. But again, I'm a craftsman, not a sage.
I understand.
Yes.
Zorik, I've never done this, but I am curious if you possess the power of the mind, yes? And I saw you create an illusion, yes?
Indeed.
Well, I possess the skill of knowledge, of lore, and we have here a representation. Perhaps I, in the knowing of this representation of the Citadel, and you in the projecting of an image, we can create a sort of vision of the true Citadel to get a better sense of it.
It is entirely possible that we could do this together, yes.
Above table, I have no idea. Is this possible?
So you're trying to formulate kind of an illusion based on knowledge and
this
mind. Yeah, basically taking this kind of very crude representation of the Citadel and my knowing and lore mixed with his ability to project that to kind of create a more accurate sort of representation, ultimately so that I can perhaps glean the representation to understand if this Citadel is somehow giving power to the Overlord. And mostly I'm interested in this because of that great eye in the sky and the manifestation it would take to create some sort of vast storm-like eye. To me, to Vajvahan seems immensely powerful, even for some giant. That there is perhaps some sort of conduit mechanism to the Citadel itself that amplifies his power.
It's very interesting. So
to divulge a whole bunch of my conspiracy theories. Yeah.
So it's really dependent on lore, because you are trying, and the problem for Vajvahan in particular is you are Selku, so you do not have the benefit of a Selkie who has the ability to understand the present as well, and you are not in your home dimension. So that will start you off at increased difficulty. Yes, or
I was going to say, although if we were to speak with those who have visited the Citadel, we may be able to capture the essence of their experience by interpreting their thoughts and visualization of the Citadel itself, which may help.
Do you express that?
Yes, I will mention that.
Amish says, I've not known any of the Umbral to actually get into the Citadel. It would be incredibly difficult and incredibly hazardous. And if they were to get in, then they would have to get out. If any of us have gotten in, they may not have gotten out. But they have been within proximity to see it, which is what I've based my model on.
Wow.
So you're saying there's a chance, though?
Sure.
That I could pull this off.
So what you're doing is you are trying to manifest knowledge, basically. Essentially trying to know item.
No object. Yep, no exactly. Object. But kind of glean the truth based on the representation of.
And so what I'm going to say, so if Zorik wants to help, Zorik, you can make a called roll mind to attempt to sharpen Vajvahan's manifestation, which will bring the difficulty scale to standard.
Okay.
But you have to succeed, Zorik, on your manifestation as well.
All right. Who do you want to roll
ready?
First? Are we rolling at the same time?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Because,
1, 2, 3.
One of my dice is cocked.
4?
Double 4s.
Oh, man.
I got a 2, 3. but I will use primacy to jump up my 3 to a 4 to a success, right?
Okay.
Because he brought it down to double 4, right?
Yeah, the double four. So Zork, you get free recovery as well, and because your power of manifestation is so precise and so you're literally staring at this model, and you're allowing your eye to get into the carved nooks and crannies and the details, and you're building for Vajrahan an image, Vajrahan, in your mind that is, you're feeling it like those 3D things that if you stare at them long enough, they form a 3D image is how it's forming in your mind's eye. And it is emerging on a plane, this vast, this grand structure with these large columns that are 10, 12 shins tall, that hold up a dome that's like a metallic stone combination of a dome. You're not even sure what that material is. And you think you see the outline, the very faint outline of some sort of energy that lines the dome, not unlike that effect that you saw when your allies were struck and you were struck by I called it the molehill, the echo beast recently, that left that outline to your form. But this is a solid color. It's sort of seems to, but it's like, when you look at light and it leaves an impression on your retina. So you're not 100% sure that it's actually there, or if it's just like an illusion of the what do you call that? The contrast. But it does seem to change color a little bit between a blue, lavender, green hue.
Now, from this depiction manifested, can I make an additional no object to really get a sense for this dome, this sort of thing? It's up to you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to get a sense of.
Yeah, no, I would think not, because that's what you're doing right now.
Okay.
So you'd be trying to do the same thing, but this is your attempt. And what Zork has done is just giving you great detail that seems to have helped manifest this image in your eye.
Zorik, I too see it. There is some sort of energy not akin to the Echo Beast, but far more vivid and powerful around the sphere that I think encapsulates the throne room. I don't know the material of the dome, but it is powerful. Whether that is a shield for protection, a shield for amplification, or for some other means, the Citadel itself is more than just a structure. Thank you, Zorik.
Amish says, "How do you know that? And what are you doing with the eyes there? I noticed. I can't help but notice. There's you have an additional. I don't mean to pry, but
Personal question.
It is. You're in my personal space.
Of course, I suppose you are not used to the Selku.
Selku, interesting name.
That is my people, and we are the manifestation of the memories of Nephis, the creator of our world and dimension, and I believe perhaps somehow associated with that of Aeos, the creator of this space.
I know Aeos. Well,
You know Aeos, or you know of Aeos?
Of Aeos, I know the term. Yes, it's our land sense, or the heart.
Have you
Yes,
heard
the
of-
same as Nephis.
Have you heard of Nephis?
No, I have not. But I guess it's like Aeos in your world. is what you said.
Similar, yes.
I believe
I
so.
believe.
Although I do believe Aeos is perhaps first. Should you need something as trivial as time to define such a thing, but it is existed before. Which is quite alarming for myself. I was not aware of such things.
I suppose in the studies of such things, it would be interesting to know the time frame for your Nephis and compared to the time frame of Aeos. So the elements are very, very old. Very old.
Yes.
This place feels very old.
It is foundational to existence, I believe.
Yes, it is a rawness to the elements here.
Yes.
Do you have a sense of the number of seasons that this place has been in existence?
Vast numbers.
So sorry, I see that Kava has her hand up.
Yes, warrior.
Sorry, I'm just used to doing that. I tend to interrupt Vajvahan quite a lot when he's teaching, so I've been taught to raise my hand before spoken to. Thank you. Stands up, like, because she was kind of like squatting as she was like listening to y'all, just kind of like back and forthing, like listening to this. So, if this place is extremely old, are the colossi just as old?
There are generations of them, as I understand, and some are young and some are old.
What about the Overlord? How old
I
is he?
don't know for sure. I would imagine that the Overlord is dozens of seasons in age and experience to be in a position of leadership such as it is for them, or power.
This is just Kava brain working. She literally says that. I was just worried that if for some reason they were as old as this place is, that they were somehow integrally tied to this place. And to be honest, I'm kind of over messing with worlds, even if accidentally. So I was just thinking, like, if he is that old and we were to kill him, what effects could that leave on this place? But honestly, if he's only just a few generations old, then I have no qualms with this.
Hypothetically, of course.
Hypothetically.
Well, no. The Umbral do defeat the Colossi regularly when we can. It's less frequently. Yes, there is a conflict between the peoples in this world. More so because the elements just sweep over those things that they do not see or do not favor. And they do not favor the Umbral. We are, I don't know, I suppose insects or small creatures, small bugs that they have no appreciation for. You know, we hide in their tunnels and under their ground, and they rule the surface. But
do they have any type of weakness, or do you just simply beat them by brute force or cunning and wile?
Cunning, wile, and force. Yes.
Mixture of all.
All three. Well,
boy.
The best of all worlds, I suppose. I do think you sell yourself short when you are at times the one imprinting instead of being imprinted. That is quite spectacular.
Yeah, we more like sculpt the landscape with their corpses after a fashion.
I suppose that's another way to put it. Yes. But back to the point. My eyes can see things for their true nature. It is a gift from Nephis. My first eyes see through the memories of Nephis, and perhaps, though I'm not certain, connected in ways even here, if Nephis is in fact connected to Aeos. And my second eye is the ones I am looking at you now with. See the present, though I am far less acquainted with these.
You're a philosopher and a thinker.
Yes, I would describe myself as such.
I have never given much thought to the connection between Aeos and anything, frankly. It's a term that has floated about. But, no. That I leave to you to consider.
Although, Embrul, you had mentioned that there are sages in this place. Or maybe it was your shopkeep friend.
Amr said, I mentioned that I am not a sage, but the Umbral are not necessarily educators or, our children learn by watching our behavior, and then when they come of age, they know. And we do our part in the world as we see fit. But in Umult, there is no guarantee that there is another day for any individual. And so we all are prepared simply to be the next to lead should the need arise.
Yet you have the concept of a sage. Where is this derived from? Is there another race or people here who like the Selku?
No.
Are sages?
No, there are no other people. I suppose I draw upon rumor.
Ah, interesting. Well, nevertheless, I fear I have distracted us all from the quite exhilarating expedition of shopping, and so I shouldn't distract too much from this endeavor.
That I know about. Yes. Would you like to learn about other things that I have? Perhaps you would be interested in. I fashioned these. He picks up a pair of boots that are stone on the outside affixed to some sort of hide or makeshift fabric. The Umbral don't wear such items as this, though I thought it was sort of funny to make. These boots that fit. They actually, and he holds up a foot, and his foot, like the bottom of it looks like black crusted rock. Which looks like an Umbral foot, but he sort of motions. They fit over the foot, and but I have crafted them such that they can walk upon the surfaces, natural surfaces, as if they're solid, regardless of the contents of the surface.
Such as these oceans of lava you were telling us about.
If one wishes to cross an ocean of lava by foot, I suppose this would be the thing to have.
I suppose it would be better than swimming, yes.
It would be more effective, though not much faster. Warrior.
Are there creatures that live in this ocean of lava? Because where we come from, there are creatures that live in our ocean. Because I'm not about to walk above a body of whatever if there are things lurking beneath.
Things do come out of
Nope.
Time.
Oh, come on, Kava. It could, you're a fast runner. I've seen you sprint.
If you want them, I will get them for you, but I am good.
Well, okay. Maybe not the boots, though it is an intriguing prospect. I saw some glowing stones. Can you tell me about those?
Oh. Amish grabs one. It's got a purple hue to it, and it just emanates a bit of energy. These are simply just empowered stones. They are more for crafting than they are particularly valuable in and of themselves. So I use them to make my creations. But I would sell them if you're interested in purchasing them. If you are a crafter of your own kind, those long fingers that you have, Selku, you have I assume you're dexterous enough for crafting?
I'm really dexterous enough for folding my legs and sitting on a stump. But I suppose enough time and study, I could craft something.
Well, this would be something that you could use to craft. And you just throw it in your pile.
Well, Kava, it does seem that the Umbral do favor paraphernalia for the warrior kind of individual, and we have one prime specimen for such a thing yourself.
So I do have something else, though. It goes over. There's a bunch of crystals.
But wait, there's more.
And if you buy now,
and he picks up this leather cord, and there is a cut crystal attached to like a pendant, sort of. And Amish holds it up, and you see that part, the upper part of the crystal is clear, but it appears to be about halfway filled with a silver liquid that's dense and metallic looking. And Amish says, this crystal, I made it into a bit of jewelry, you see. But the reserved individual who may find themselves in need of haste, to move quickly, to act quickly, may periodically, if they are wearing such a thing, do so without restriction, without the need to manifest a result.
Useful indeed.
Could we have a moment, please? Thunder?
Of course. And he goes over and starts talking to Emerald.
If there's something that we can use here in our quest, I would be in favor of trading the necklace to rid ourselves of the burden, as Fellavaai has so eloquently stated. It is a great weight for us to carry. It could be useful, yes, but so could these items, in the right hands, with the right motivation.
I think the shield is quite useful, but to be honest, Kava, the ability to protect oneself from the natural elements in such a place that is so full of it, I think is quite a strong prospect for you who bravely goes out ahead.
I know it might sound greedy of me to say, but I would love to try and get my hands on 3 items if at all possible, even if it means giving up everything that we have collected thus far. The idea of that pauldron, yes, it personally is attractive. However, the defense mechanism of that shield would be beautiful. And then, of course, just the last item that he mentioned seems almost invaluable. So I say the word invaluable very, 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 say that. So I leave it all up to you, and I kind of just like open up the satchel and like I would a golden coin bag, like, look, whatever you want, just say it, and we got this.
How much do you have, Kava? We can present the necklace, which I assume we would need to. We have the horn, which doesn't seem of great value.
Horn. I got a whole hide, and I got 5 claws and I think some teethers. Yeah, I got some claws and some teeth.
And you've been carrying that. Oh boy, I would get tired with such a thing. You are a proliferant collector of random objects, Kava.
Speaking of which, would you like me to carry your bag?
I suppose I should probably do at least a little bit of exercise. I hear it's good for me. But I appreciate the gesture. Should we see his interest in the necklace?
All right, I suppose Vajvahan will request it from Fellavaai and then unconceal it, because as of right now it is invisible to any other eyes but our own. And so I will drop concealment on the object, and
tell me, shopkeep. This is perhaps our most valuable object, although it is a fairly complicated one that can have adverse effects at times. But what do you make of it and its value here in Usut?
Amush looks at the item. It radiates an energy.
Indeed. Powerful energy.
It is a powerful energy. It is an inhibiting energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
One that is quite preventative of the ability to manifest, especially over time.
That has great crafting interest for me. What do you think it's worth to you?
above table. Well, crew, I can make another bartering attempt for all three, but that might be a little steep. But we can see.
Always start high in the negotiation.
I think I gave you.
Yeah, always start high. I think like above table, if the DM's not listening, I think like it's truly a trade for trade, at least for one. But like he was saying, let's start high. Let's start high.
My friend Kava has many raw resources in her satchel from our Nethys, rare here. Perhaps with those plus the necklace, you would be willing to part with the shield, the necklace of Quicksilver, and the pauldron.
What else do you have besides the necklace?
Kava, you showed us a great deal of various objects procured.
I will pull out the hide as well as the horn. So I'm not going to show all our cards, but I will pull out. I'll be like these two.
And I gave you a value on those, didn't I?
You probably did. Let's see if I wrote it down. I didn't.
I think I know, but I'm going to look.
Okay. A hide is value 7. A horn or antler is also value 7.
Mm-hmm.
The claws and the teeth are each a value of 5. So 7, 7, 7, and then 5 times 5. So 25 plus 21. Yeah, that's what we got.
46.
Yeah, we got 46 currently.
But you're only presenting the 21 at this point, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay, so who is doing the negotiating?
I'm happy for Vajvahan to do negotiating.
Okay. So please give me a lore roll, just based on your initial offer.
Yep. You know what? That's a 2-1, and I'm not about that. So I'm going to re-roll and use up the last 4 of my primacy. Again, my character is pure primacy. I'm still sitting on like a reservoir of 10 before we even started negotiating with this guy. So we're going to go again. I'm not rolling hot tonight, but we'll see.
Come on.
That's a 2-3.
Okay. Okay. So let me the necklace I am definitely interested in. I will offer you the shield and reserve 5 more value in the necklace toward something else that you wish. So you may have the shield for 30 value. I will take the necklace for 35 value. Do you have a credit of value 5? What else do you have? You have the horn. A good starting place. Same for the horn, a value of 12 in credit. What else do you have? And you say you are interested in the necklace, the pauldron. What do you wish to look at?
That is true. What is their value to you?
The pauldron is 28 or so. The necklace, the pendant, is a bit more expensive. 33.
I imagine... Zorik, are you interested in the necklace?
I think all of these items could aid our party.
Kava, do you have a preference? I think certainly the pauldron would be best served on yourself. Maybe not. But the necklace, I think, could aid any number of our party members, though much more expensive.
Fellavaai says, a necklace for a necklace. Ironic.
We have to do without, then, I suppose, the shield. And just because I'm horrible at math, like above table, not Kava speaking, even with all the maths we have, we still wouldn't be able to get the third item currently, unless I somehow fish something else out of my bag.
Yeah, I don't think we have it because we only
Be fairly close because we have 46 in just your objects alone, plus the necklace of 35. So you're talking 81. In total, we've got, but it's 30 for the shield, 28, 58, and then another 33. So we would be at like 91. We'd be
hold
about
on,
10
hold on.
short.
As Rajmohan like racking his abacus over there, like, wait, turns back to Amos. Did you apply the discount that we spoke of, by the way? Whilst you apply your brand?
There's no discount, I'm afraid, but a fairly straightforward exchange.
And
I do not wish to be too critical of your decisions, but you're walking in towards someone among your party is likely to be interred into the halls of the imprints based on
and
the
he's
choices
just making it a little bit more easier for them to do that, it seems.
Well, I am a renowned craftsman. It would be bad for business if I were to just give away my wares.
But we could be good for business if we take down the Colossus. Imagine we defeat the Overlord using your items. We come out of his home, his Colosseum, praising your name for allowing us to survive.
Make a call roll, or
yes.
I believe in you. All you need to do is roll better than me.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 3, but I'm going to bump that 3 to a 4.
Do you have lore?
Oh shoot! I have song and body. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's 3 and a 1.
Okay. Amr says, "You are."
Wait, I have a key point.
You do? Do you want to use it for that?
Evan, why not? Actually, I have 2 key points. So I will spend 1.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. What do?
Amr says,
I can read this. I think it's at the bottom. Hold on.
Refresh me. What is a key point again?
a key point is like a primacy, but you can use it for any role that you cannot use primacy for.
Ah, okay. Nice.
So this is the perfect time to use it then. Awesome.
You don't have to re-roll. You get to bump it to a 4.
Yeah.
You're spending the Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that.
Yes. You're spending it like primacy, but it's not primacy. It's a key point that you can use for whatever.
Very good.
Amish says, I think we could forge a better arrangement once you succeed, but I'm willing to work with you on the price to some degree. You want 3 items. We've established a value of, say, 91. You don't feel you can quite reach it. You do want the shield? Is this correct? Are we
Yes.
establishing that already? So you take that. Okay.
I do have a proposal. Should it be
I
required?
lift up my staff.
sorry. What if I threw in this piece of wood?
And place down the staff. I have no idea how much a staff is worth, but it's it's a walking staff.
Wood.
It's technically a weapon, but
we do have a
you
long
will never
ways
use
to
it.
walk, Bashrahan.
Yeah, but she can turn into a dragon, and I can ride on her back. That seemed to work last time.
I have to excuse myself real quick. I have a fur child that is misbehaving really
Okay.
bad.
Sure.
All right. We'll talk amongst
That was
ourselves.
great timing because I think they just dropped my food off. So be right
Okay,
back.
I'll talk
right.
amongst Zorik.
Hey, you know what? We
Sorry.
could take a break. We could take a
There we
break.
go. Why don't we take a break?
Let's take a break. We're going to take a break because everybody needs to take care of some chores right now. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
So Amr says, "All right. So you've got the shield. You have value 5 remaining. You've given you. If we include the horn, we will call it 12. We're getting back up there toward item 2.
I have a thought, shopkeep. In our quest, we intend to return by this path on our way back to our realm. If you were to provide us with a bit of, not a deal or a discount, but a bit of a investment in us, in our quest, we would, I think, for at least one of these items, be willing to provide value to the best of our ability now, and then return it to you without any compensation upon our return this way. Perhaps the necklace, for example.
The necklace is one of my most valuable items. What would assure me that you would return it, or that it wouldn't be damaged or lost, or that you would return it at all? You may not return. You may simply skirt back to your home, and then I lose my rep deal.
Well, we have Embrel with us, who you trust dearly.
I trust Embrel. I know Embrel. I don't know you. Is there any assurance you can give me beyond your word?
I could leave something with you. I didn't want to have to do this. But I am confident enough in our abilities
I'm not saying I wish to take something dear to you, but what is it?
This is something that... yes, I'm sorry, Kava.
Warrior.
Oh no, I'm being patient. I'm fine. You can talk amongst yourself. I'm just thinking, do you have an item that can watch us?
Oh, that is a great idea.
Because honestly, if you can watch us and you could see what we're doing, I feel like you'd be a lot more comfortable with that. And
I love the idea. You would make a great apprentice. I don't have anything like that. I can't imagine. Oh, I do have some idea about how I could make something like that work. If you could obtain the Eye of Fate Worm, I might be able to actually craft something like that. But it would probably have to be an aged Fate Worm. Probably at least an adult. I don't know. I'd have to think upon it. I would have to...
Kava is a mighty warrior, and I have no doubt that she could fell it easily.
No, I had such a more morbid thought.
So did I. I
Mine
did
was
too.
way more morbid.
I think I was on the same page. I was on the same
I'm
parchment
thinking,
as you were.
what if I just body my eye?
Yeah,
And
gouge it out. That
Of course, that would be tragic because neither can you take the form of an adult, nor would you actually have any special abilities from
no,
the
just
form.
my eye. Just my eye would.
Just the
That's-
No, I know, but you wouldn't be able to take the form of an adult Fate Worm. So you turn it in and you'd be like, well, unfortunately, it's not aged enough.
Damn it. Shoot. Like a pug just... Well, it was not a nice thought. Anyways,
It was an idea.
oh.
Yeah. So anyway, so you were saying, I'm sorry, I don't even know your names. I feel like we should know names now if we're going to be repping our brands.
Right, I am Vajvahan.
Vajvahan. That's a very nice name.
Thank you.
Warrior.
And our warrior.
Kaba.
To the point.
Indeed. And I am called Zorik.
Zorik. So Zorik, you were saying something about an item that you were hesitant to reveal to me, but I am curious.
And that one is Fellavaai.
Fellavaai.
It took me a couple times as well.
Yeah, the names grow and shrink among you. They're as varied as your appearances.
I have an item that allows me to imbue powerful markings upon the flesh.
Oh.
Something that is persistent in its power. Something that could provide great value should you be interested in enhancing perhaps your keen ability to appraise, perhaps?
Okay. Interesting. And this you would wish to exchange for one of my beautiful items?
I would be willing and honored to provide you with such markings upon your flesh to guide you and to empower your bartering abilities, perhaps. Though great they are already.
Well, yes, they are. I have a lot of experience. How does it work, what you're talking about?
It is what we call manifestation, calling upon the energies that surround us in this place to provide yourself with the intellectual boost, perhaps. I'm just spitballing here, but could provide you with an opportunity to better understand value of items being presented to you, or
just
the
put
intentions.
Thought in my head.
Yeah, you intentionally activate it, as it were.
Is it a stone or a?
It is indeed the markings upon your skin.
Oh. All right. Now we're talking.
And I kind of I just gestured like to my entire body is just like fully tattooed.
Oh, all of those things do this wondrous.
But it could be subtle for you.
Mm-hmm. No, I think I would like to
flashy.
Show it off a bit. Something on the shoulder, perhaps, the front facing of my shoulder.
Why not your forehead?
No, I think that would be too distracting when I'm conducting business.
If you would like something more subtle or but a strong statement, again, the lower back would be appropriate.
I would like to be able to see it, though, to sort of appreciate the exchange. Before we go too far down that roadway, what do you think it's worth among my wares?
Well, this is a persistent empowerment, so I would be willing to say it would be, I'm just going to look over the items and pass by the necklace as if I'm really sort of not really, and then I'm going to come back to the necklace, perhaps this, and I'm just going to sort of like gesture towards the necklace.
An adornment for an adornment.
Indeed. It would capture the essence of this encounter, as my companion Fellavaai so aptly pointed out. The exchange of necklaces is something symbolic.
That would be permanent.
Indeed.
Make a call roll, lore, please.
Four and a 3.
Ooh.
And the horn?
Well, I'll turn to Kava.
All right. An agreement.
Indeed.
Kava, you are all right without the poultry.
So hold up, doing math. Necklace for necklace. How much was the shield again?
Necklace for shield.
Oh, necklace for shield.
Which gives a -5 to the necklace plus tattoos and a horn. We would still. You seem to have enough that we could barter for the 28 value of the pauldron, but I don't want to assume that you want to give away all your little teeth and diddly bobs.
Don't mind at all. Honestly, I wasn't expecting us to take that down, and we did. And I was like sitting on this like a little bag of money. And honestly, I was supposed to hand this all out to you, and it just escaped my tiny little brain for many episodes. So yeah, I'm just kind of like spending it on the party at this point. So yeah, let's go. Let's go. We don't make it past this battle. What are we going to spend it on, right?
All right. So first of all, we'll make sure that the marking happens. But okay, so necklace there, the shield to the warrior, Kava, and you are also interested in the pauldron. What do you have left that you might wish to exchange?
Again, what was the value of this particular item?
28.
The leather and the other horn are 14. And perhaps a couple of those teeth or claws or whatever you have it would create the difference.
What did you say was the total again of that pauldron?
28.
28?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out all 5 of the Fate Worm claws and just this is roughly a value of 25. Would you take this?
Not an eye, but the claws. Perhaps good for something.
They are exquisite, but there's so many of them. Make your...
Oh, I apologize. And there's probably like 3 claws and like 2 teeth. It cut off for some reason when I put it in. Hold on.
Okay.
And teeth. Oh, it just said and teeth. Okay, so I don't know. DM, you make up what assortment of teeth and claws that is, because I'm a bad note taker.
Well, their value is 5 each, so the total is 5 per, right? So it's a combination of those items. Regardless, 25. Make your roll, please.
Okay.
And you cannot assist called rolls, correct?
Sometimes, yes. It's your discretion.
2 and a 4, but I'm gonna bump that to a 4.
You can't bump a 2 to a 4. You can only bump
I
one.
You're
can't
not
bump
lore. Well, you're also not lore, so you'd have to
And you're
use
not
another
lore,
key
yeah.
point.
Keep forgetting that. I'll get it someday. Okay, 2 and a 4.
Okay. Oh, the difference is a bit of a stickler. I mean, it's a fine pauldron. Oh, Vajrahan, you mentioned your stick.
Oh, yes, would that be sufficient?
This material, what do you call it?
Keep your stick. Ah, man, you drive a hard bargain, Amush. I swear. I was trying to kind of keep something, and then she'll hold it the last horn. But here's the thing. This is going to be a little extra value on top. So you're going to have to give us a little something, maybe rations for the road, some water. Like, you're going to have to give us a little something.
What are you giving me? Another horn?
Yes, I will make up the difference. However, again, this exceeds the amount we spoke of. So please try and fill in the gap with something if you could.
How about a...
Yes. Yes, I think that sounds great.
All right.
The basin?
How about this?
And the whole conversation just like...
I have another crystal that's not affixed as a pendant, that has no power like the pendant does. And he shakes this crystal that's filled with that same silver metal a little more. And it's not cut. It's like a raw crystal. This would make the difference. And then you could have this for barter somewhere else for another time, or you could craft with it yourself because you are going to get into crafting as well. Am I right?
Looks at the rest of the party and prepares to spit in one's hand.
It does sound like a good time. Maybe, eventually.
Perhaps you could throw in the likeness of the Overlord in the Dolhuis.
I don't. Sure. Does anyone know what the Overlord looks like? I mean, there is one there. You look inside. Look on the throne, sitting on the chair. Yes, there's a. I just don't know their
precious,
face.
so small and cute in that form.
That wasn't really what I was going for, but
terrifying and powerful at the same time.
If you imagine this,
crafts quite artistic in its visage.
It's not finished. It's not finished yet, but thank you.
If you throw it in when we return from our quest to the Overlord, we can provide a detailed description of the Overlord so that you might carve something accurately.
We'll talk. We'll see how it goes for you.
Fair.
But I think we have an accord. What was that? Very well. All right. So let me give you the descriptions of these items that you just...
Yes. Yes, please.
Yes, thank you.
I will put them in. But Embrol finally unfolds his arms and joins you and just laughs a bit to himself. This has been very entertaining for me. I knew you would get along with Amush, that it would be a bit of discussion, and it has been. But if you are prepared,
We are. It has been quite a tremendous fight and trek above. Perhaps before we move on, we take some time to rest. Is there such a place? So I assume, as much as it is a vast city.
I'm trying to remember when you rested last, because you did take about 1,000 breaths to do the...
Before we went up above the surface. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess there was with the death ritual, but it wasn't enough to restore primacy. I remember asking that. I think
that's a full repose.
Yeah,
full repose.
We haven't rested fully since we've been here, have we?
Okay.
Wasn't there in the first town with Emerald. Emerald, didn't we? Maybe it wasn't a full rest, but it was fairly substantial.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought.
that's true. We did, yeah.
I think it was a full rest there, yeah.
But not since the battle with the Echo Beast.
Not since the battle with the Echo Beast. Yeah.
Right, but it hasn't been a full phase either.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah. No. However, you do have primacy restore, should you need it.
We do.
No.
Definitely.
Yes,
although I would rather not use it right now to restore my primacy. I'd rather get a good night's sleep than restore my primacy. But just saying, just my preference. In the capital city and all.
What you are experiencing, I think, is the way that Umult is so demanding as an environment. And so you're feeling perhaps a bit more fatigued than you would in Nuovarden. And it's also hard to judge time a little bit here compared to there.
To be fair, Vajrahan also feels fairly fatigued in Nuovarden when also traveling long distances as well.
Well, you got to keep that stick.
He is an avid napper. Yes.
A rest would be welcome before we press on. I'm look over to Emerald. Is there a place where we can...
we can pause again if you wish. We have a great distance to go.
Do we press on, or do we wait here to regain our strength?
Regain strength, please.
Well, again, I think you've had a repose within the phase already.
Oh no!
Gotcha.
Oh, I see. Well, then I'm gonna do primacy restore because I'm low.
Okay, all right.
We're pressing.
I was just gonna say thematically, what does that look like? I mean, that's something new that I've never had in a Nuovarden character before. So, what is that? Does it have a essence to it, or is it
the primacy restore?
Yeah.
Or you like the rule?
No, more like the vibe of it, the feel, the aesthetic of it.
You tell me. How does it work for Zorik?
I think Zorik would take a moment to beat the drum and to sort of fall into a trance-like sort of not a chant, but kind of like that droning sort of hum that we've become accustomed to with Kava and Zorik's singing when they've done duets. And I think what it would look like is the lines that have been etched upon my body kind of shimmer. It's a subtle, it's not like a really big burst of energy, but it's a subtle shimmer that starts at the feet as if it's being pulled from the land itself. And it kind of radiates and ripples across all the way to my head.
Nice. Sort of fills you up with energy again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. And you're the only one, I think, doing that right now?
Actually, if we are going to press on, Vajrahan himself also will repose. His more looks like a sort of shifting back to the first eyes and reflecting backwards, almost in a trance-like state as we press on. It's kind of in motion. It's very subtle, but he is sort of drawing energy from the memories and imagination of Nephis back into himself.
touching back to the original transition from the way things were to this manifesting infused environment.
Exactly.
Empowering.
Kind of a reunion, with the all that is Nephis, that is all of us, in a sort of locked manifestation. Yeah.
And Zork, you have a tattoo to manifest as well.
Absolutely.
What design do you use for what is, I assume, going to be lucid?
Yeah, lucid. I think it's going to be with permission from the shopkeep. It will be a depiction of the crystal, the sky crystal.
Oh, cool! Very
from
nice.
our world. Yeah.
As you're doing that, I'm just like, it's a little uncomfortable, isn't it? What is this design?
Sit still now. This is a depiction of the sky crystal from our land, our dimension that we come from. It is ever present. It is ever watchful, and it is what helps to channel the energies of Nephis.
It looks
in
like
our world.
Gemstone of great quality.
Indeed, it is. It is of the most valuable quality there is. That's why I chose it for your adornment. A powerful manifestation it will be.
And you should be honored by it, for within it, in fact, lies a small element of Aeos as well.
Really?
I don't quite understand it yet, but I have remembered it. It is tied in some way and tethered to Aeos.
It's far... sorry, I didn't mean to jump. It's far beyond my familiarity of this whole idea of...
Almost done. Sit still.
Sorry. This whole idea of essences and time and all this sort of stuff. But I do sort of imagine what you're talking about. It's mysterious.
And there we go. You'll want to keep this clean.
Okay, very well.
It will heal quickly. This is the artwork and power of my people.
Fascinating. I should like to visit Nuovarden sometime, and perhaps we will have that agreement.
Franchise agreement.
Yes. I will point out, by the way, Warrior and anyone who is possessing the necklace, that I do put my mark on there. It is you see the angular shapes, the A and the M, for ambush.
They are beautiful works indeed, of great value.
So Kava, you're carrying the shield now and wearing the pauldron?
Yes.
So bear in mind that carrying the shield is one-handed, so you would not use two-handed items while wielding the shield.
Okay.
It gives you, as you see there, a +2 armor factor.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's persistent.
I hope so.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the wall is persistent. It's a +2. And when you use it to create the structure is persistent.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow, very good.
Your pauldron is a +1 persistent. So you have a +1 armor factor body armor. You have a 1 armor factor pauldron. And now you also have a shield. So you have an armor factor of 4 before taking any damage.
Woo. Jeez.
And half damage from elements, yeah?
And half from elements.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang. Tanking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep. And then, of course, when your shield in personal defense takes those 2 damage, it's temporarily broken or temporarily does not defend you until you repair it, which may be a reason for you to take technology in the future as a discipline, because then you can use the manifestation in turn order to repair it. And then who is going to wear the necklace or the pendant?
Vajvahan, I believe you should take this, at least initially.
I must insist, Zorik, your bravery, which I don't believe I've quite thanked you for. I insist. I will always be a little bit behind. But you are closer. And I believe someone with great bravery should don such a significant item.
As you wish, Vajvahan. I defer to your judgment.
I have a stick, don't worry.
It has served you well.
Indeed.
So Zorik, you see that?
There's no need for you to thank me, Vajvahan, for anything. Anyone would have done the same. We are simply reacting to a world that we do not understand and trying to keep each other as safe as we can. That is all.
To protect one is to protect all. I understand. And still, I am quite grateful.
I will do what I can to make sure that you stay with us for as long as you can.
Indeed. Where time has any significance, I agree with you. That would be delightful.
Very well. I'll put the necklace on.
All right. And you see there the ability that it imparts to you. For the audience, the once per phase and per odd evolution of the user as a free action, and mind you, you have one free action per turn, the wearer may activate the pendant to take an extra 1 die action. The die does not count as part of the dice cache. The pendant resets at the end of the darkening. And the bearer of such a pendant may also assume that they can choose combat order first. So it might cut down a bit in who should go first when the pendant wearer can just go ahead and be like, I'll be first.
Who's going to hold on to the other jewel that's like that?
I can keep a hold of it. It doesn't look terribly heavy.
I open up my little satchel.
All right. So you have a value 5 mercury-filled crystal. And its value is purely in terms in for exchange or for crafting.
Yes.
Ambrose says, you all look much more impressive even than you have. But if there's anything you wish to restock before we go, as much as I would love to show off Usut, if you wish to reach the Citadel in this lifetime, we should consider moving on.
Yes, of course, and given the ambiguity of time, as Vajvahan continues to point out in this place, we do respect and understand that you have dedicated yourself to our cause, at least for the time being, and wish to return at some point to your loved ones. So, by your grace, we shall press on.
Very well.
Along the way, let us refill the water skins. I don't know what is to come next, but we depend on water quite fervently.
Of course. I'll show you to the wells. Ambrel takes you to make sure you do that before leading you away from Usut. I will say, by the way, Zorik, that, and probably the others of you can't help but notice periodically that whenever Zorik and Fellavaai pass within proximity to each other, Zorik's shadow kind of like flickers out towards Fellavaai.
And I noticed this?
Yes. You actually can feel it almost as a physical sensation of your shadow pulling lightly at your skin or at your down.
I'll look at them and see if Fellavaai has noticed it too, or is...
Fellavaai sees you observing and says, I noticed that too. I'm afraid I may have influenced your shadow on a personal level. Unintentionally.
If that is the case, Fellavaai, I have this feeling my shadow is in full consent.
I would concur with that.
It feels... It feels. It's not simply a shift in the light or in the shadow, but I feel it upon my flesh, almost as it tickles a bit. Are you familiar with that? Yes, tickles.
Yeah. I feel that too. Well, Emerald leads you out of the tunnels of Usut. From here, it will be some time before we can access the tunnels. We are vulnerable for now, but it is the way to the Overlord's Citadel, and we must go.
Upon the surface, or within the tunnels?
Upon the surface. We head toward the Elemental Highway, where I have a destination in mind that if we can reach it, there you may rest again and recover your strength. But until then, and Emerald looks up, and you still see that eye in the sky.
Creepy. Is it looking at us?
It's looking around, and you think for a moment it looks down at where you are, but then it closes and disappears.
What do you make of that, Vashvahan?
I'm afraid I don't know what quite to make of it. Perhaps luck. Perhaps it has found what it is looking for. We should be wary.
At least it's closed for now. We may move while we can without its hideous gaze.
Should it reopen again, we can try for some amount of distraction. But if it's a long way, you say, correct, Embro?
Yes, I'm afraid it is. We will be exposed for some time.
Avoidance might be quite difficult.
I have a sense that it already knows that we're here.
It would be a fair assumption.
Is it possible to try and use that illusion thing that you did, Zorik, to hide us at least somewhat?
I could try to do that again, Kava, and maybe if successful, I could maintain it for as long as I can. It could give us some cover. At least if the eye were to appear suddenly, we would at least have an opportunity to react before it sees us or notices our presence. I will try.
Which skill did you use for that again?
I used a manifestation of song, I think, to manipulate.
So then if you do that, I can try and assist.
Sure. I think so. We both have that as a discipline. Can I try that, Ty? Can I try to put up that? Remember how I was sort of like interfering with the sound waves and the heat waves, and I was trying to sort of like give us that sort of
mirage effect.
Like that, a mirage effect. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
go ahead.
manifest that. Okay. 4 and a 3. I will go ahead and bump that to a 4 and a 4.
All right.
With primacy.
Which gives you a nice range of cover. Double what you need, but up to double what you need, and you need more like 20 feet of it, so enough for the whole group. So onward you go, trying to stick together. So you're trying not to separate and moving more like a tightly combined group with Emerald in the lead. You will have to maintain it.
Yes, I will have one of my dice removed from the cache.
Okay.
Yep.
A vast black plain crisscrossed by rivers of lava opens before you. At the far end and to the right side of the horizon, a monumental volcano spews lava, ash, and steam from a headless cone. At the base of the volcano, you see a bright orange light emanating from the ground in what appears to be a lake of fire. It's at some distance, but you can see this immense activity going on there in the horizon, the distance.
Umbral, are we in danger at this distance?
We are in danger because we are in Umult.
Oh. I was worried you would say that.
And upon the surface, it seems your tunnels are vastly more safe.
They are, but unfortunately they do not cover the entirety of this dimension.
How far must we go to reach this citadel? And are there more refuge for us to take cover?
There are, in time. The distance may be... Well, you measure time slightly differently as I have come to understand it. But many thousand breaths yet. A time for you to rest a few times, I suppose. As I said, I do have a place in mind where you may rest once we arrive. But we have a time to go. And this volcano's just spitting and smoking, and that glow covers a great... You can tell even from this distance that it's large.
Yes, let's keep moving. Every minute is another minute the eye might open again.
Yes, correct. Emerald leads you parallel to the volcano, which is still some good distance away. The ground trembles. Gouts of lava belch forth from the top of the cone, and magma runs down the sides. You continue making your way furtively across the landscape before Emerald holds up a hand. Wait, he says. There are colossi nearby. Sure enough, you feel the ground rumble with increasing intensity. A series of steps that gather in pace, then turn to a quaking run. A booming voice thunders overhead. Here! The boulder you stand behind is thrown aside, and before you stand 4 stone elementals, each nearly 11 shins tall. Choose your combat order.
I'll go first.
Let me get your scene set up here.
Gonna hide.
Gava, do you want to take second? Or do you want me to take
Oh, no,
second?
I kind of like that sick ability of yours, but also, wait, these are colossi?
Oh, yeah.
Elementals,
A lot
I
of them.
think. Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, yeah, let me take second. I'll just get up in front, and then we'll, next turn, if we want to change, we can, yeah.
Yeah, they have eyes that are boulders, so I think you should go second.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
So I'll go ahead and occupy third.
Okay, Vajrahan's third will leave Fellavaai to fourth. Kava second, Zorik first. I shall roll for your opponents. And so, Dave, do you mind switching that music over to something a bit more intense?
Sure
as
can.
The intensiest.
As you look at, you see it there on Owlbear. Zorik, you are first.
I'm going to I'm going to manifest Phantasm as I'm going to step forward, and what I want to do here is I'm going to project using my mind the visage as large as I can make it of Lutu.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to say through it, we request safe passage through this land.
All right. So the first thing you want to do is figure out where you're going to target it, because it's you could do this as an affected area. 12 feet minimum, which is at least one of those targets in front of you. And so which one do you want to basically center it on?
Oh, it has to be focused on one of them, huh?
Well, because it has to be it has to be an area, so it doesn't necessarily have to be focused on one of them. I'm just thinking in terms of measurement, so your reach can expand.
I just wanted it to be visible to all of them.
So this is mind to mind.
Oh, it's mind to mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not able to manifest from my mind into the existence in front of us.
Right, because
I'm manipulating someone else's mind.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I was unclear about that. Okay. Well, I will just pick one. Doesn't matter. I'll pick the second one from the top.
Okay. And you can you can put this wherever you want. It's just a matter of, depending on how big it is, will depend on how many minds it actually reaches based on where that cube affects or the area affects.
Okay. And I guess I'll also just mention that I did drop the maintaining that camouflage of sorts that we had, so I have all my dice cash back.
Okay.
If possible, maybe next round or something. But okay, so I guess I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
Here we go. Ooh, I will bump it to a 4. It's a 3-1. I'll bump it to a 4-1.
Okay. So depending on where you put it,
how large is it again?
It's 12 foot cube.
12 foot cube. So, and each of these is 4. So I would think I would put it like right here.
Okay. All right. So those two, they do get a challenge, one each. They do not succeed.
Yay.
All right. So you put an illusion of Lutu. We will give him a. Oh wait, I've got a Lutu icon. I don't have to do generic. Someone got one.
And I guess the intent of this is to try to avoid combat. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Lutu, a Lutu appears, and what do you say again?
We request safe passage.
One of them says,
safe passage to the Citadel. There we go.
One of them says, Lutu, the Overlord's looking for you as well. It's fortunate that we found you here. You shall have to pay the price by the will of the Overlord. And
the visage of Lutu is just going to turn and look back at me and just go, shit.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm going to hold my third die if I can have that third die to hold.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you can, because you can let it go going into this, and it'll just end at the end of your turn. All right. They go next. One on the left takes a swing at Lutu. uses a primacy to hit, and their hand passes through, and they say, "Ah, that's not Lutu." And the other one also tries to slam into Lutu and passes all the way through the ground, and the ground shudders under your feet, and rock kicks up as this incredible force hits the ground. But they say, "I see what you mean." And this next one
I love these guys.
rushes at you, though, Zorik. And let's see
boy.
what kind of reach does this one have? Melee to 8 feet. So it stops short of running up to next to you and hits you for 5 points. Do you have armor?
I do. I have hide armor that is +1 persistent, so that'll soak 1 damage, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other 4 I take, which
Okay.
brings me to 0.
Oh, no! Okay. Oh, because you haven't really healed any, huh?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see, where is...
Now, when that happens, does the manifestation disappear? I would assume that it probably... No, it doesn't?
It will fade at the end of your turn.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. A manifestation holds its own unless you use a free action to... actually, you have to use a spend to end it prematurely.
Okay.
I'm going to put restrained on you for the moment because you are not dead. You are... Oops. There you go.
Just taking a nap.
Boom. The rest of you see as Zorik goes down, and then this one, Vajvahan, comes around.
It's been good,
Naturally.
guys. Yeah.
Boom. That is a high failure. Vajvahan, please roll reprisal.
Is that 1 dice or 2 dice for reprisal?
It's 2 dice. And you're not actually doing the damage, but...
That's a double 2.
Okay. No reprisal for that target. And that is their turns. So it is Kava. You are next.
Okay, so quick question. Does it like take a whole action to provide a healing tincture to somebody?
A spend, yeah. But you'd spend a die
Okay.
to do that.
Same thing with the shield. That's going to take a whole spend.
Yeah, based on the description, what the description says.
Okay.
But you can get to
I'm
Zorik.
going to pull out the healing tincture that I have, seeing that Zorik is down in front of me on the ground, and just like, no, Zorik! It's trying to feed him some of the healing tincture real fast, in hopes that I can get him up.
Okay, so a 1 dice spend will allow you to feed a consumable. You may roll 1d4 for Zorik.
It is a 4.
Beautiful. Zorik, you come back to consciousness with the aid of this tincture. However, you are afflicted as you come back to consciousness. So your dice cash is reduced to 2.
And since I have him in my arms feeding him this tincture, can I also say I use my movement to pull him farther away?
So let's see. You have used a bit of movement to get up to him. I think you used 12 feet of it, which leaves you 20 feet.
I think I'm right next to him, right behind him.
You are. Were you already?
Yeah, I think I'm like directly behind
Okay.
him. Oh, I
Yes.
accidentally drew on the thing. Oops.
You may use forced movement to move him up to half of your movement. So 16.
16 measures. 16
So 4 squares. from here.
from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 16 from here. 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 16 from here.
Thank you, by the way.
Plus, right about here.
Okay, nice. And you still have 2 dice, right?
Oh, chicken nuggets. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. This is 4 colossi. This is extremely
they're not nearly as
overwhelming.
big. They're not as big as Lutu.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they're about 12.
So you're saying there's a chance. You know what? We need some size up in here. So with that being said, I'm going to attempt to fate worm one more time.
Okay.
Out of curiosity,
Yes.
can I assist before it's my turn if my turn has not taken place?
Yeah.
Could I don't know, just theoretically use elemental manifestation to infuse her fate worm with these lava lakes nearby?
No, that isn't an action.
Okay,
That would be a manifestation. But an assist is
we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Kava.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 4 and a 2. I am definitely spending primacy.
For what?
Oh wait, no, because it has to be a 3 to a 4, huh? Dang
Yeah.
it! I hate
I mean,
math.
you can spend it to re-roll the 2 at the cost of 2 primacy if you want to try
At the cost
go
of
for high
2
success.
primacy, I re-roll the 2.
If you want to. Because you're trying to go for high success for a longer.
That's a 4.
All right.
I'm glad I did that.
Okay. So you take the adolescent form.
Adolescent. Okay.
So you get the armor factor, the damage factor, the movement type and speed. Everything else is yours. Kava's basic. I think it's +2 to damage factor or armor factor 4, not persistent.
Given the environment that's around us, and kind of like taking an homage to what my friend Vajrahan just said here, Paul, I guess Paul said it, not Vajrahan, but either way, it works. You would see right behind Zorik this mound of lava begin to pull from the ground and coalesce into this larger form, and then just become a fate worm. The lava itself would begin to cool around the body, and then she shakes it loose, so you see just little rocks of lava flying off. And yeah, that'll be my turn. Oh wait, I actually have 3 dice in total. No, wait, because hold up.
You spent 1 and you just rolled
The
2.
tincture. Yeah.
Oh, touche. Thank you.
I also need to clarify you have +8 temporary, I guess, as well for that form shift. All right. That's Kava's turn. Then it takes us to Vajrahan.
Remind me, Ty, the area that I can create on a normal manifestation is 8 by 8?
12 by 12 now.
It's 12 by 12. Okay.
Yep.
And these are stone titans. Okay. I am going to move back, kind of skirt this way, near the boulder, placing Kava firmly between me and transgressing titans. And then I am going to use elemental manifestation. Is there a ping capability? I don't know. On the northernmost titan, I am going to open. He's straddling a river of lava, and I'm going to rend the earth open in a 12 by 12 directly underneath him, so he plunges down into the molten beneath him.
Nice. All right, let's go for it.
Let's hope I roll better than I've been rolling all evening. Yeah, here we go. That is a 3-4. I will change that to a 4-4 with a single primacy.
All right. You can make that area 24 by 24.
24 by 24. So if I measure, can I scoop up the other guy, or at least partially scoop up the other elemental? Maybe like a right foot of that neighboring elemental would slip into this kind of chasm of molten.
Yes. So what that means is, let's see, where's my drawing tool? There it is. Square. So you're doing.
That would turn into a molten lake.
Did we lose Ty's audio, or is that just me?
Yeah, maybe I lost Ty's audio. Yeah, I was
No,
waiting.
I did too.
Oh.
Oh no! In the
Oh,
meantime,
oh,
let's
here
go
in
and
Minnesota.
play this beautiful game.
And we should plug this game because it is absolutely fantastic. You guys, Nuovarden is available now, you guys. It's been waiting for you. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. You okay, Ty?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, this audio setup.
Yeah, go check out Nuovarden. Where else can you open up a 24-foot by 24-foot lake of molten underneath these dudes?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to use the lava trap damage type for this.
Oh, all right. I
And where
totally
can
knew
we
about the
find
lava
this?
trap damage. I 100 was already planning on this. It's on page. Remind me,
planned
Ty.
ahead?
Yeah.
It is on. Oh, I just skipped it. Just missed it. Down page. I think. Why don't I look in the index? $113.
Whoa.
113. All right. Let's see what this is all about.
Lava fire, static damage or standard damage up to 8d4 per round.
Oh, that's
we will call
good.
it. We will call
Oh.
it 2d4 for this
Damn.
particular application.
Oh my gosh!
So I'll go ahead and roll 2d4. Or you want to roll it?
Before you do that, I'm going to roll challenge for the one that's leg is.
Okay.
It's not fully in there. See if it catches itself. It does not. Actually, utterly does terrible. So please roll d4 and we'll apply it to both.
2d4 applied to both. That is a 4 and a 2, so 6 damage.
6. Okay.
Nice.
All right. They call out as this smoke rises up from their form as they fall into this lava. And we'll go. Cool. All right. Nicely done. How are you doing on actions?
I have 1 dice remaining, but I will go ahead and hold that one.
Okay.
To aid my allies. So
Alright.
I will, I think, conclude. They're in the lava over there. Yeah, I think I feel safe here, so I'll conclude my turn there.
All right. Embrel is going to go next. And we'll move for 8, 12 to here. And he is going to attempt to erupt that lava as a flame attack.
Yeah. That doesn't look good.
I think we lost your audio again, Ty. We lost Ty again. Technical gremlins are a thing. For
Though,
sure.
to be fair, based on his facial expressions, I don't think it went terribly well.
Hear me now?
Yes.
All right. All I did was roll the dice.
I think you're having some connection challenges just in general a little bit right now. Might be.
No, look, my connections look good. It's just this janky Apple extender setup.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like you got to take the puppy off of doggy daycare. Shut that
You got
stuff. Shut
dongles.
it down.
You got dongle problems.
It's entirely a dongle problem. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Apple. You're so brilliant in your designs. I did get a 4-2, so Emerald was successful.
Nice.
For some damage. Let me look at my stat block on these guys. Okay. Yeah, there's a bit of a flare on one of them, but that's all Emerald can do. So then it takes us to Fellavaai. Fellavaai, I think, is going to use a form of Void Crush to try to press one of them down into the lava. So we'll go with the northernmost one, Fellavaai. Press. No, Fellavaai will have to spend a primacy to recover a primacy because that's a 1-2.
Oh.
Did anyone want to assist on that since it's the end of the round?
I don't think I can because I'm afflicted and I used both my dice.
Right.
Yeah, I will go ahead and assist. Why not?
Okay. All right.
It's a wild chance, but let's see. It's a 3 of all.
Okay.
Did she want to use primacy to get double 3s?
No, she can't.
Oh,
because she would have used a primacy to get double 2s.
Right. Okay.
So she used the primacy to regain the primacy. And we have not seen yet is a manifesting event. And that was a moment where it could have happened, but it did not. We go back to the top of the order. Zorik, you are up.
All right. So
You wake with a healing tincture in your hand. That's so weird.
yeah, what is this? This is delicious. What flavor? Okay, so these guys are currently falling into a lake of lava. Is that what's happening with these two up here?
Yeah.
And they're kind of splashing about.
Okay. I am going to try and I'm going to pull out the drum and start beating the drum, and I'm going to make a sonic attack at this guy here.
Okay. Got it.
That is a double 1.
Ouch. All right. Well, that is not reprisal. So you avoid that. You have another die. I know you don't have another die because you are afflicted.
Yeah, afflicted.
Yes. Okay. The Colossi go next. This one moves over here. This one moves up. This one climbs out of the pit, as does this one. And then it moves around this way. And Emerald is a target of its attack. That is a 2-3. I will use primacy to bump that to a 4 to hit Emerald for 6 points.
Oof. That's not good.
No, it is not. Emerald goes down.
Oh no.
Emerald goes down, and then Zorik 1 targets you. That is a miss. And I can't do anything with that. The other one targets Kava, the one at the bottom. That will use a primacy to bump that to a 4 to hit you, Kava.
Hi, Ty.
Yo, he scared me. I thought it was like double 4s or something, and I was waiting. Oh gosh.
I think it was just a single.
Oh
4,
no,
hopefully.
die.
Move the dongles, so hopefully it.
The dongle of death.
2 points. Kava, you lose 2 of your. You can choose for that pauldron and your body armor to absorb it, and you don't actually lose the structure.
Ty, we're having a really hard time hearing you. I think you're.
Are you able to bring the mic a little bit closer to you?
It shouldn't be the fact. That shouldn't be the
There
factor.
we go. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, just had to connect. Kava, so you took 2 injuries. You have 4 armor factor. Oh, but you're in form, so you cannot actually. It's not persistent. So you take 2 injuries. Your armor factor comes down by 2, but you do not take injury.
Not bad.
Okay.
And it is your turn. Or no, yeah.
Okay.
Kava, your second. Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's see here. I am going to go in my Fate Worm form like a little cat, pounce over Zorak's body. And kind of to the angle here of this colossi.
Mm-hmm.
And using the full force of my Fate Worm body, I'm going to try and push him into the pit.
Okay, you are trying to wrestle, is what that is.
I can't do push targeted.
There's not a push targeted, it's the wrestle attack action. Are you seeing push targeted somewhere that I'm forgetting?
With a successful status attack, a creature may attempt to force a target to move against its will.
Oh, that's a body attack.
Oh.
Gotcha. Force movement.
Yes, that one.
Yes. And you are a size factor 12, so you are big enough. Go ahead and make your attack.
Hey-o, let's go.
And I get a resist. I get a challenge, but go ahead and see if it's successful.
Okay. Oh, gods. I slip on a rock, probably one of those rocks that flung off my body. That would be double ones.
Okay. All right. That's not reprisal. It's just not successful. But I don't think anybody can assist you. I think everyone is out of assist dice.
Yep.
So you would either have to re-roll or you would have to just take the loss.
So, you know what? Reroll would be a total 4 primacy.
If you wanted to re-roll both, or you could just re-roll 1 for 2.
And just silly question, but I can't separately reroll. I have to make the decision now whether or not I want to spend the full primacy.
Yes, because you can only apply primacy once to the roll.
Okay. Oh, chicken nuggets. No, let's risk it for the round pastry. Let's go. We're gonna reroll both.
All right.
What's the worst? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
What'd you get?
Hey guys.
Another
I literally
double
rolled
one.
double ones again.
All right. Not the worst you could have done. Not the worst. However,
I don't know. I
good.
blew 4 primacy on that. So.
You did. You did. Vajrahan, you are you are next.
Okay. Doesn't Kava still have 1 dice left? Are you holding on to that? Or no,
that's right.
holding her
No, let's hold it.
manifestation
No,
as a
no.
dragon.
No, hold it. The universe says to hold this dice.
No,
Yes.
Vajrahan's right. You have to spend it to hold your form.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
that's right.
yeah.
Your dragon form, in order to maintain your dragon
the
form, you have to
manifestation.
spend that 1 at each turn.
I'll swap it. There we go. Not my form. I'm just saying the dice from him. Yeah. I got
Okay,
it.
So it's Vajrahan's turn.
Spend it, Yes.
Vajrahan is going to rush up to Embrel, leaning down. Embrel! And he will give a healing tincture to Embrel.
Okay. Spend 1 die and roll a d4, please.
That's a 4.
Beautiful. Very good. Okay, Embrel.
And with Embrel back up, I will then resurrect. Okay, you can tell me if this is not possible, but I think what I want to do is raise up a sort of wall again, kind of in front of me and Embrel, and this Titan in front of us to take cover. But that's also up to a 12-foot radius, right?
That could be a 12-foot cube, up to a 24-foot cube if you get a high success.
Okay, I think what I want to do is raise the wall, but also raise it slightly under his right foot to try and attempt to, in addition to providing us defense, but try to tip him back into the lava lake onto his next side. Is that possible, or is that
if you get a high success, you could do both.
All right, let's go for it. But the bare minimum is just to get a defensive wall between us and them.
Okay.
That's a 3-1, so I will use a primacy to go 4-1 and just do the wall.
Got it. Okay.
Bless you. Salud.
12. Boom. All right. Causing him to step back. Yeah.
And that is Vajrahan's turn. I've resurrected this stone wall in front of us. And correct me if I'm wrong, but elemental effects, when you alter the terrain of a place, it stays, right? I don't need to maintain that lake of lava. I've just like rended open the earth and it's just kind of bubbling there.
Yeah, so you created a pit, so it stays there. Your wall is a different situation, but the effect on the ground, yeah.
Perfect.
Emerald goes next at the start of the 4th turn.
Fellavaai?
Oh, Fellavaai is 4th, and Emerald is 4th. So NPCs go first. Yep. So Emerald stumbles back to try to get away from the reach, and then tries to manifest a gout of flame off your wall as an attack. That is a high success.
Nice.
Emerald will recover 1 injury and deal +2 damage. That's a 1, but it's something. All right. Now it's Fellavaai's turn. Fellavaai looks at the situation, assesses the battlefield. Fellavaai is going to use silence to attempt to bring shadowy tendrils out of the lava pit and pull that one by Kava into the lava. That's a 3-2. Fellavaai will use that can't, because Fellavaai is not big enough for a wrestle. So instead, the tendrils will shoot out to punch as a void attack, hitting the target for 4 points. And then Fellavaai has an additional die, which they will hold to assist. And it is Zorik's turn.
All right, I'm going to continue to beat on the drum, and this time I'm going to attempt to I want to use a manifestation that could confuse multiple of these colossi. So the 2 that are closest to me, using the confusion manifestation, hoping for an afflicted status. I guess I'm going to use both my dice.
Okay, bear in mind that Kava is right in the middle of them.
Oh, she would be caught in that?
Potentially, she would have to make a challenge roll as well.
I don't want to do that. Okay, hold on.
I mean, you could target the 2 that are...
Can I get both of those guys? I don't know if I can. Where's
back here? If you place it in between them.
I do it like in here somewhere?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They would both have to make the challenge, yeah?
All right, let's try that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want to get Kava in this. Okay, here we go. Double 2s.
Okay. That is recovery.
I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to use...
All right.
How many primacy does that cost?
Actually, before you do that, Fellavaai offers to assist.
Okay.
That is a 4. You get recovery and success.
Okay, I'm going to take a bonus to injury scale, right, as recovery.
Okay.
Do that? Yeah.
Recover. You can't go over your max, but you can heal back.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay. They each make a challenge roll, and they both fail.
Okay.
So they are
would both then
confused.
have the afflicted status.
All right. Do we have a thing? Yeah, we'll call them hexed.
What is that? Halves their action dice? Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Oops. Okay. That was Zorik's turn. Do you have anything else?
No, because I'm still afflicted myself.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're trying to clear the cobwebs from your mind, but at least you have enough awareness to fight through some of that haze and be effective. And it is their turn. So, Vajvahan, the one that is facing off against your wall, is going to try and swipe down at you with that wall between you. That is a high failure. I'm going to go ahead and spend the primacy to avoid it and recover that primacy back. Oh, yes.
I'd be happy to reprisal that.
However, it does not hit you, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Zorik, the one below you, 1-2 at Zorik, 3-4 at Kava. It's a 3, Kava, as you are targeted. That is a 3-2. I will spend the primacy to bump it to a 4. For 3 total, you have 2 armor factors already. You take 1 injury, and your armor factors are gone. And then the one that's next to you shakes its head like it's trying to clear its mind. But looking down at you, it tries to stomp on you and make you an imprint. That is a 3 on my single die. I can bump it to a 4 for 1 injury. As you step aside, it just clips you. This other one stumbles around groggily, but it does have enough wherewithal to try to hit you. That is a 1. Let me look at my primacy on these guys. Yep, it's got enough. So it's going to just spend it to avoid high failure, but it... Sorry, I rolled a 3-1. It will roll 4 to hit you. No, I'm sorry, I rolled a 1. Yeah, so that's it. It is Kava's turn.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Very much a broken record, and I'm gonna try it again. At least now that he's hexed, and I got 2 of them on me now, so I at least need to try and push this dude in the lava.
Okay.
Oh, chicken nuggets. That is a 3-4, and now I know how to do this correctly. I will spend primacy to make that 3 a 4. So double 4s.
Cool. All right. Double 4s. Wow. I rolled a 1. This one goes stumbling back in.
Yes.
To the lava. You may roll 2d4 for damage. Papa.
Oh, yeah. 2? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me make sure my sheet is up. I wrote it down. I'm pretty sure I did. +3 damage factor. Okay.
No, you're just pushing it. So it went into the lava. The lava damage is 2d4.
Oh.
So just roll 2d4.
That's a 1 and a 4.
5. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. It stumbles back in. 5. Reduced by 2. Okay. It is floundering around in the lava again. Nicely done. You have 1 die left. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, I don't, because that's being held for my form. So
Yeah,
that will
correct.
enter.
All right, got it. Very good. Then third round, Vajrahan.
Vajrahan will use 1 dice to maintain the wall between him and this Titan, and then his other turn he will manifest the bottom of the molten lake that the guy has fallen within to attempt to immobilize by entrenching the feet, a rock coming up around the giant's feet, locking in his feet at the bottom of the lava lake so he can't move out of it and must just suffer in the boiling pit.
Okay, so okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah. No, you can totally try to do it. Yeah. You're trying to immobilize. You're doing a status attack.
A status attack. Yep.
Just go ahead and roll.
That's a 3-4. I will primacy to 4-4.
Nice. All right. So I do get a challenge as it tries to get out of it. It does not. It is immobilized and hexed.
He's not looking so good.
Yeah. He's got troubles. Do I have an immobilize here? We'll just call it paralyzed for convenience.
So the earth locks up around his feet and ankles, and he's just stuck in the boiling molten. And then Vajrahan will sort of, as this giant Titan to his left is just swiping down at him, he'll kind of take cover down behind the rock surface as he manipulates the rock at the bottom of the lake.
Or behind the wall. Vajrahan's covering behind the wall.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm just kind of ducking down, kind of avoiding these swipes as I kind of pull up the rock from the bottom of the lava lake.
All right, and that's your turn. It is Embrel. Embrel just continue. Yeah, Embrel's just going to continue to throw flame off of that wall that you've got set up there. 3-2. Embrel will use the primacy to bump it to a 4. 4 points. Nice job, Embrel. Okay. All right. Yeah, these guys, there's bits of stone sloughing off them as they're getting hit with this fire and this magma. The 2 at the top look like they're getting beat up really nicely. The ones at the bottom, not so much. It is, however, Fellavaai's turn. So Fellavaai turns their attention to this one across from Zorik and attempts to open a planar doorway beneath its feet.
Oh, yes.
This is essentially a delete button, right? She's just like deleting him.
It would be, but Fellavaai got a 2-2.
Whoa.
And did anybody have a held die that they wanted to assist, or?
You know what? I have the necklace, so I could use that. I think I get an extra 1 action. It says in turn order, though. Does that mean during my turn?
Well, technically we are in turn order.
Right.
So it's a free action, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I would think you could use it because turn order doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. So I'm basically using it as a help action. Right?
You're kind of using it as an action. Or it's actually an action, not just an assist. So you could actually do something within your disciplines to actually do something specific.
Okay, I will use song to cause a tremor below this creature to try to amplify the void effect that Fellavaai is attempting to manifest.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens.
Okay. No, that's a 2.
Guess what? As your voice ripples out over the landscape, all sound goes silent. There is like a sudden vacuum. You feel your forms actually start to collapse a little bit as if the air around you is condensing. And then there's like a ripple of energy that goes boom across the surface of the landscape. Zork, would you please roll 3? Hold on, let me look. It's been a while since this has happened.
I know.
I think it's
I've only seen this once before.
maybe 3d4 because I think it's a chart of 12.
There are 4 charts.
Oh, hell yes. Manifesting event.
So roll a d4.
Kind of like Wild Magic Surge in a way, I suppose. How would you describe this event, Ty, for folks who are watching?
So it's called a manifesting event, and it's a conflux of manifesting energy that explodes as a chaotic effect out of the manifesting energy. So something manifests that affects you and the ally that you were attempting to assist. It is kind of like wild magic if you want to put it in 5e terms, but it's I guess that's the. But give me a d4. No, just give me a d4 for the table first.
4.
Okay, and now give me 3d4 for the result, please.
8.
Creatures manifest fear. Creatures targeted by participating characters are frightened of the characters until the end of the active player's turn. Targets are afflicted, and attacks against the characters are made at an increased difficulty scale.
Whoa.
Okay.
So, let's look here.
So now this guy gets a hex.
Yes.
And you get
actually,
a hex. And you
we're going to
get
give him frightened because I think we have that option.
Nice.
Right, if I can find it. There it is. So anytime you and Fellavaai have that benefit until the end of Fellavaai's next turn. So next round, it lasts.
Okay. Very cool.
Yes. However, nothing else happens with that result as the manifestation itself does not succeed. As intended. That was success, but not as intended.
Yeah.
And that takes us back to the top of the order, and Zork, it is your turn.
That was a cool use of the necklace, though, I would say. Okay,
yes.
Let's see here.
Oh, he is hexed as well. You're right. I see why you said that.
Yeah, because he's afflicted.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can. This might be something that I do on Kava's turn, but I would like to use my psychokinesis to help Kava like fly faster to her target. Like as she flies in, to give her some additional additional momentum in the attack.
Like gravity.
I don't know what I'm not sure how that plays out in terms of a status effect, but
mechanically it's actually forced movement.
Is it empowered?
It's forced movement. Because it's telekinesis, so you're actually using the power to physically move the form.
Yeah. But I also want to do it as they're going in for the attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what you could do is
hold that.
Oh, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to improve the damage or something? Is that what the force?
Yeah, and that's why I offered up the possibility that it's an empowered effect, status effect.
Okay.
Utilizing that particular manifestation. It's a little unorthodox, I know, but
yeah, but the dice are the boss, really. So
right. Yeah.
So I think that's a good application for it. So you want to go ahead and try and do that.
So then what that essentially would do is would provide them with additional terminal velocity in their attack. Okay,
so why don't you hold that action die?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you probably want to do it with 2 dice, I imagine, right?
I think so, probably. If I can, I would like to do that, but yes.
Okay, so what you're doing now, you're literally like lifting Kava before Kava even moves, and Kava sort of gets the hint, if it succeeds, that you are being thrust at the target. So go ahead and see how.
Kava? Do you mind if I do that?
I guess it's happening.
I'm just worried I'm going to go in the wrong direction. But yeah, it's cool. What direction do you want me to go?
There goes Kava into the lava lake. All right.
No, I want to. I mean, you're engaged with these guys down here. I was thinking it would be this one right here, at the bottom of the screen. I don't want to throw you at the lava lake.
Thanks.
That's a 3 and a 1. I'll bump it to a 4 and a 1.
Okay. All right. So, Kava, you feel this nudge. Anything else for Zorik?
No, because I'm afflicted still. Damn it! I only have 2 dice, so that's it. Yep.
Okay. All right. So we go to the top of the second. I think what happens at this point is this one in the lava succumbs.
Nice. Way to go, Vajvahan.
And the one across from Vajvahan, trying to get around that wall, we'll use a primacy to bump that to a hit as it reaches over. However, it cannot get past your wall, and the wall absorbs it instead. Excellent.
Nice. I'm good with that.
And then the one at the bottom that is frightened of Zorik, I'm going to go 1. It attacks Zorik. 2, 3, 4. It goes after Kava because it's frightened of Zorik. It does go after Kava. The one that is across from Kava hits. The one that is frightened hits. Kava, you take that is a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are out of armor factors, right?
Out of armor factors, yes.
Okay, so that actually takes all of your temporary IS from your form as the worm.
It does.
Yes. So now you're down to your natural IS. However, it is your turn.
I am still in the Fate Worm form, though, correct? I'm just down to my normal IS. I just can't remember if it takes the pool out if I lose the form.
I don't think you do. Innate ability.
Let's refer to this beautiful book that is now available on DriveThruRPG.
Here we go. Morph character makes character basic actions. A morph lamp like retains its injuries. It stains the morph form after it reverts to normal form. Yeah, no, you just sustain the injuries to your normal form if you take them while in that form.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Love that.
All right.
Okay.
Remember, you are empowered.
You feel my wings go.
Yeah, so that's an additional
Getting
+1, yeah. But can you hit?
Let's see. I don't know. It's gonna be a 90-mile-per-hour ball that just straight in the foul. Oh God! I really like those doubles though. That's a 2 and 2.
Okay.
And I am completely out of primacy.
Well, do you want to use your primacy restore as a free action?
Oh, yeah.
Remind the viewers at home what that is.
You can refill your primacy total. 1 time today.
Oh.
You get it all back. You get it all back.
Because you leveled up last session, and that's what you got as that ability.
Woo.
That's nice. I like that. I'm definitely gonna do that for sure.
So are you gonna reroll or are you gonna take your recovery?
Let us let's re-roll. My buddy put a lot into this, and I really want this to pop
How
off.
you were rolling both or one?
Both.
Okay, 4 primacy.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 3. Because I already spent those to re-roll, am I allowed to change that 3 to a 4? I thought so. I thought not. Sorry.
But however, does the fact that they have empowered decrease the difficulty scale that they're attacking against?
If you want to use that instead of it being extra damage, sure. We can do that.
I mean, yeah, in retrospect, I do.
you fling Kava, and as you fly through, you almost fly by and miss, but you reach out as you go by and strike at this elemental colossus. For
it's just 1d4 right now, correct?
1d4 plus your damage factor for your form.
Gotta work
That's
these
a 4.
combos. There we go.
Plus 3. That's a 7.
There we go. Working the combos.
As you do.
Also change dice because these are the ones not rolling well.
Nice jail for them.
So you said 7?
7.
It's +2 for your damage factor in that form, isn't it?
For adolescent, I saw a +3. Or is that incorrect?
No, if that's what it says for adolescent. I am wrong. Nice. Okay, 7. Even better. Okay.
Yeet.
Nice. All right. And is that it for Kava?
Yep. Dice spent.
Okay. Vajrahan.
With my wall, that is not persistent, right? If I like that defensive bonus from the wall is not a persistent armor value, right?
That will burn.
And
out.
it already absorbed 1 hit.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is persistent.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Then I will definitely use 1 to maintain it.
Okay.
And then I will, as I'm kind of ducked behind it and these arms are swinging over top of it and bashing against it, I will look over at the frightened and hexed Titans, and I will go ahead and analyze weakness in an area of effect that's going to grab them both.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. All right.
To see where these guys are vulnerable as they're getting bashed up and whatnot. That's a 2-3. I will use a primacy to bump that to a 2-4.
Beautiful. All right. So they both now
are hit on a 3-up. Yeah.
Correct. Which is we'll just call him poisoned.
Kava, Zorik, aim for that midriff. There's a gap in the rock armor.
Ambrol turns and looks in that direction and rains fiery stone upon the frightened one. That's a 2-2. We'll
you can bump it to a 3 with primacy, yeah?
Oh, right, yeah. 1 primacy, good. Thanks for reminding me. We just talked about that. Not great damage. As these stones pelt down on the thing, and Ambrose says, I'm still trying to recover my wits about me from having fallen. And it is Fellavaai's turn. Fellavaai will... we're going to try and open that dimension, that planar doorway again underneath the frightened one. There you go, Fellavaai. A doorway opens beneath the feet of this creature. Somebody please roll 3d4 for me.
Go ahead, friends. Paul?
All right, 3d4.
Yeah.
A 1, 1, and a 1. Triple 1s. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it's really good. Or terrible.
It means that the planar doorway opens into a plane called Inratwa, which is an island-dotted ocean of a pearlescent sea of viscous liquid.
We're sending him to the Caribbeans?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but rock is pretty heavy, so he's going to sink.
A pearlescent sea of viscous liquid where enormous bubbles swell from it with escaping gases to form fragile, oily balloons of air that burst at the slightest disturbance. And as this one falls through into this pearlescent ocean, Fellavaai uses their third die to close it.
Oof.
And as the round comes back around, and Zorik, you are you're trying to clear your head, but these elementals stumble about as they're being weakened and ganged up on. You ultimately defeat them and survive the battle, as we will conclude our session there for tonight.
Ooh, Ty.
Spicy.
Four Colossi, Ty? 4? All right. The gloves are going to have to come off next time. I'm just telling you. We took it easy on these guys this time. But the combos, just wait for the mad combos. Wow, 4 Colossi.
You are now hunted, but holding your own.
I mean, is it safe to say they definitely know we're here?
I think so.
Yep. The welcoming party. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ty. This is awesome. What a great session. I loved the bartering and that all the interaction with the NPCs. You always have awesome NPCs with so much so much flavor, which I really appreciate. I love that about these games. Thank you so much. We're gonna be back next week, and Rachel will be back with us, so we're excited to see Rachel. Hope that you're doing okay, and looking forward to seeing you. And thanks to everybody who's been hanging out in the chat. Let's do some outros things. We'll start with Kayla.
Hello, I'm Kayla. I really like being here because I love these people. I love this game. And if you've enjoyed watching this, please go buy it and play with us because it's a lot of fun. Sometimes, when you do lots of streams, you're like, oh, damn, gotta stream again. But then I get in this game with these people and I start playing it and I get so freaking hyped, like I drank an energy drink. And now I will not be able to go to sleep for the next few hours.
I know. That happens to me too. It's so worth it, though. So worth it.
Y'all are worth it. Love y'all.
Same to you. It's such a treat to be playing games with you again. I really, really enjoy it. We'll go next to Paul, another person I very much enjoy playing games with.
Hey everybody, Paul Angelo, also known as Penborough Online, co-author of House of Eidolon, Cyberpunk heist-like TTRPG that's coming out soonish, probably end of the year, early next year. It's really fun. It's a good time, and as Dave alluded to, we'll be back on the show, in the nearish future, doing some more playthroughs of that. So very excited about that, and loving Nuovarden. Nuovarden is great. I absolutely adore Vajvahan, especially getting to use a lot of his elemental stuff. That was really fun. I enjoyed covering Kava's Teeth and Rock last time, but this time using lava was, I was kind of waiting for that opportunity. That was fun.
Very, very effective move. Awesome. Thank you, Paul. And go check out House of Eidolons. I dropped the link to the website. You can find a bunch of great information and the artwork and all. It's a great. You guys are putting together a great game as well. So thank you for that. And last but not least, Ty. Again, I know I gush over the opportunity to play games with you, but it's really a sincere pleasure. And I really appreciate you sharing all this creativity with me and all of our friends. So thank you for that. Tell us whatever you want us to know about what's going on.
Great. Yeah, I think probably the exciting thing to highlight till we get back to it next week is that tomorrow morning, the Adventure Sling podcast drops a new episode featuring Paul and Josh talking about Eidolons in more detail. So you heard it here first. You can check that out in the morning on the East Coast and even earlier on the West Coast when that comes out. So please give it a listen and learn more about that great game. And otherwise, everything else is at adventuresling.com, as well as that podcast and Nuovarden, or you can go to DriveThruRPG if you're interested in getting it in digital form, in paperback form, and hardback form, or you can go to the Nuovarden RPG page and get the beta rules as a free quick start if you want to check it out a little bit more for yourself before you commit to the full investment of the full glory of Nuovarden, which we all are toting here tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us and learning about the game and watching this great party as they go through this adventure. We have more to come next week as the adventure continues in the summer of Nuovarden and beyond. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, you are always welcome here. I love playing games with you, Ty. It's a blast. Gang, thank you all for hanging out with us in the chat. There was a lot of great food conversation. I'm so hungry for shepherd's pie and strange salsas and all of the weird tacos and delicious crumbles and cobblers that were being discussed. Can't wait to go raid. I need one of those chefs from that show because my right now my refrigerator is disgraceful. It's so bizarre and random. I need somebody to make sense of it all. But we're gonna raid into our very good friends over at Live from the Apocalypse. JD and company, Stephanie and some others are playing. So let's give them some good old Guild Superior love as we raid into them. And oh, look at the puppy dog, the little troublemaker there. Hi, bud. Oh, what a sweetheart. We will see you on Tuesday for Shadows of Greyhawk, and then we'll be back here on Thursday for more of this good stuff. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye.